Thank you everyone for being here. My name is Darla out of San Diego, California, and I'm excited to be here. I want to tell you a little bit about my backstory before I jump into the actual hands-on training that I'm going to do here. I come from the hair world, and I owned salons in Palm Springs for 19 years, and we had a total of 5 salons, and I'm going to give you the short and condensed version. I started really young. I didn't do well in school. I went to beauty school, got my license, got a job, got booked really fast, and realized that I wanted to be an owner and learned how to make money off of other people's hands instead of the efforts of my own 2 hands, so that I could make more money than what my 2 hands could produce. So I went off into the world of business at a very young age, and I didn't have any money to go opening up salons, so I had to do it through creative ways. And when I was a little girl, I used to read the Guinness Book of World's Record all the time. And I was always thinking how I could get in the Guinness Book of World's Record. I'm going to get in the Guinness Book of World's Record. Well, I never got in the Guinness Book of World's Record. But one thing that I did remember is a story that I read all the time about Joe Girard, the #1 salesman. And the way that he did it was he sent cards. Thank you cards, haven't seen you in a while cards, birthday cards, anniversary cards, and all that stuff he sent to his clients. And I remembered that. So when I got into the business world and we didn't have any money when we got started out, I'm like, let's start sending cards. And so we used to handwrite thank you cards to our clients, and we did that forever. And it worked. We built a clientele really fast, and we were able to keep raising our prices and growing a large clientele network and open our salon and then another salon. And with every salon that we opened, we implemented the policy of cards. And I'm talking to the point where we used to have mail rooms in our salons with employees that was all they did. And so it really worked. It worked. We grew our way up into the top 100 fastest growing salons in the country. And you guys, we were a school. We were not your typical salon. We were an apprenticeship school, which meant we fried a lot of people's hair. We did bad haircuts. We burned them. We waxed things off they didn't want waxed off, because that's how we taught our students. I trained all of our hairdressers how to do hair. They didn't go to beauty school. And so the reason why people stayed with us through all that is because of how we made them feel. We valued them and we appreciated them, and we made sure that we let them know how much we appreciated them. Let's fast forward, okay? I retire from the salon world, and a decade later, I get introduced to this company called SendOutCards. And it's a 15-year-old company now. I've heard of it like a little over 3 years ago. And the person who introduced it to me, I was like, nope, I don't send cards. I don't send cards. I don't do cards anymore. We stopped doing cards way back in the salon days. And he was very persistent. You got to send a card. You won't understand it till you send a card. Just send a card. And I put it off and put it off, put it off for 4 months. I'm going to see if I can do this without my glasses on. So I kept putting this guy off for 4 months, just putting it off because I thought it was silly. Nobody sends cards anymore when you can text and do an email. And so he tricked me. He had us over for a barbecue and said, sit down, we're going to send a card to your mom. And I'm like, all right, I'll send a card to my mom just to get him off my back. And so he had it all planned out. He says, put some pictures of your family on it and send her the card. And I want to introduce you to my mom. This is my mom. She's so cute. This is from her 83rd birthday. Her shirt says, at my age, you just got to wear these. At my age, I've seen it all, I've heard it all, and I've done it all. I just can't remember it all. And you guys, this is a picture on a card, and this card is a very high quality paper, and on the back of it, it says, G-Ma's, that's what we call her, is G-Ma, 83rd birthday, August 2018, put this in a frame, it's a keeper, love you, Darla. I sent that to all the grandkids, and I'm going to tell you how I sent that. This is not just a card, this is a gift, okay? And they call this a flat card, in case you're wondering for when I tell you later. Anyway, so my mom is 83 years old. She doesn't have Facebook. She doesn't have a cell phone where we text pictures. She's not seeing social media. We don't print pictures. Well, we didn't print pictures. Now we're covered in pictures everywhere. And so when she got her card, she called me nearly in tears telling me, oh my gosh, this card, honey, what is this picture? And asking me about every picture. And it was at that moment that it just came full circle to me. Oh my gosh. The only time she sees us is the few times a year that we visit. And at that very moment, I realized that when social media and email and text came, it created a disconnect, an emotional disconnect. And the quality of these cards are amazing. Look at these. These are just 2 pictures that were taken from my iPhone that I sent to her just so that she could be a part of her kids. And she loves it. She takes every one of them to church and shows them to her church friends, to her little gym people. You come to her house, you're gonna hear the story of the latest card. Okay, that's the power of what these can do for somebody like that. But let's back up for a minute. In my salon days, we used to print postcards, just the little postcards, and the Avery labels. We would peel them off and stick them, and it was black ink on the back, and we'd lick the stamp and put the stamp, and we'd print them out and carry hundreds of them to the post office, and that's the way we used to do it. And one thing we used to say is, wouldn't it be nice if we could put a before and after picture on these postcards? Wouldn't that be nice? That would be so cool. Well, let me show you what that would look like today. Imagine getting one of these in the mail from your hairdresser with a picture of your before and after picture so that you could see how great you look when your hair was freshly cut. Okay, this is not going to end up in the trash. And it says in the same thing on the inside, the same thing that we used to say anyway. Thank you so much for choosing me for your first haircut. Hang it somewhere that you can see it every day so you can remember how much fun we had and how cute you look. Your favorite hairdresser, Darla. And then on the back of the card, you can put your branding. And if I would have had my salon, I would have had my salon branding on the back, but I just did this as a sample so I could show people. And so that's what has happened, is that technology is changing the world. Technology is reinventing industries. Technology is making the impossible possible. This is impossible, okay? Possible. The only way that you could do this is with a system that will allow it to be done. So this is a Facebook post, just like you would make on your phone, how you take a picture when you take a picture of someone and you put it on Facebook and you write a cute message and you tag the person that got the haircut and you say, look how cute your before and after pictures are, and you hit post. And that goes, and it's really great for that instant. But this has been printed for years, and this is still on print. The Facebook is gone in an instant. When people come over to visit your friend and they've got this hanging on their mirror in their bathroom and their friend goes, oh my gosh, you used to have that long hair. Look at how cute you look. Who does your hair? I want to have my hair cut like that. Who do you? Oh, that's who does my hair. Can I borrow your card so I can take this to your hairdresser and tell her that's how I want my hair cut? Oh wait, I'll just take a picture of it and I'll go to your hairdresser. Oh yeah, go to her. She's really great. Get it? That's the power behind what these types of cards can do. Then if you've ever read the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, if you haven't read it, in a gist, it talks about how to win friends, how to make friends so that you can influence them. And it's not influencing them to do things that are immoral, unethical, illogical, whatever. It's so that you can influence them to want to be a part of your life, to do business with you, so you can become attractive, so people want to be your friend. Because what happens is, the faster you can get from the head to somebody's heart, the sooner you tap into the riches of relationships. When you master the art of human connections, you attract an abundance of the riches, which are opportunities, referrals, friends, and love. This is what creates abundant life. Opportunities of doors opening. Referrals. Where do referrals come from? Referrals come from people. What type of people are they? People that like you. Why do they like you? Because of the way you make them feel, right? Because of the way you treat them. And what about friends? Where do friends come from? Other friends. And where does love come from? Love comes from an abundance of people. Love is what comes back to you when you put love out into the world and into the universe. It's called the law of reciprocity. When you treat people with love, when you treat the world with love and kindness, it rewards you. Okay, I promise you, it really works. Now I want to shift to the digital world. And I have a digital card, and I want to tell you why. So in SendOutCards, you meet the person, you take a picture, you mail them a card. You say, nice to meet you, can't wait to have dinner, let's do dinner, whatever, happy birthday, whatever. So from the time that I was meeting the person till the time that the card got in the mail, which is 3 or 4 days, I wanted something to blend that gap, to shorten the gap between the time that we met. And I wanted to be able to find a way to prevent people from going to the internet. In today's world, the internet is like the valley of death. There's lions and tigers and bears and lizards and snakes and everything out there to attack and distract you and your customers when you go to the internet. And it's so noisy today that many people are actually pulling away from it. There are more and more social media platforms that come, the harder it is to be able to stay in touch with people because it's diluting the places where people go to connect, okay? So a friend of mine sent me a digital card one day, and I clicked on that digital card and it opened up and it had right there her face, all of her information, and what I was asking her for. She sent it to me. She didn't say, go to this website and find it. She sent it straight to me. And I was like, how did you do this? This is exactly what I've been looking for. So I implemented it, and it has been an absolute game changer in my life. And I'm going to show you why. If you have business cards, throw them away. When you hand somebody a business card at a networking event, or you go out somewhere and you meet someone and you hand them their business card, or you're cold calling or going around and you hand someone a business card and they take it, you just gave away control of that next follow-up. They're not going to call you. Look at where all your business cards are. They're in a box, they're in a drawer, they're in the bottom of your purse, they're in your pants, and they got washed. So these are called, it's called Shuffle is what it's called. It's by a company called Elify, and they're called digital connection cards. So I'm going to show you a little example. What's really cool. When I send one of these cards to somebody, as soon as they click on it, I get notified. It tells me how long they were on that card. It tells me what videos they watched on that card and how long of that video that they watched. So that in the world of business tells you who's really interested. When you meet with people on a daily basis, most people tell you what they want to hear because they don't know how to tell you no, and they'll put you off and they'll lead you, blah, whatever, you know, the whole song and dance, and you find yourself chasing people and chasing people. This has completely removed the chasing. Okay, watch. In the last 1 hour, right there where you see shuffle, right there, 1 hour, 75 cards have been opened and viewed. Now I'm going to show you what I mean by cards. So when I meet someone, I have many businesses, okay? So I have many different cards, and I'm going to share my screen and show you exactly what they look like. So I have a card that I use when I meet someone for the first time, and I find out what they do. And if I can add value to their life, I make that connection and I send them a digital card. And that card is filled with things that are pertinent to them. Then I have cards that are pertinent to each business that I have. Then I have training cards that train people for each businesses that I have as people start to join to use the system. And then I have cards where I can touch base, follow up, and update people on things that might be happening in their life and their business that'll be pertinent to them. This is the workaround to prevent having to go to email. I don't do email anymore. If you send me an email, I'm not going to get it unless you send me a text and tell me, hey, Darla, I sent you an email. And then I got to go figure out how to use email again so I can find it, okay? And I'm not alone in that boat. There's a lot of people that don't do email anymore. And I don't want to send people to the internet. I want to send the information to them, okay? Now I've tested their temperature. I know who's leaning forward. So this is how I make that quick connection. And as people are leaning forward and I'm watching them watch a video after a video after a video, I can send them a card on the back end to touch them with kindness to continue to build that relationship. Or I can send them a text message to just let them know I've been thinking about them. But it tells me who's leaning forward. And for those of you in business, you get what I mean by that. Okay, so for example, here is one of my cards. And you get 10 cards for $10 a month. It's just amazing. So when I go to a convention, I make a card for that convention so I can send people information on the convention. If I'm going to do a seminar or a training somewhere and I'm maybe selling lunch or dinner and there's going to be t-shirts or something sold and then you need a ticket for the venue and people have to get registered, I no longer have to send them to Eventbrite and then send them to PayPal and then collect all their information. I make one card, I attach my PayPal button to it, I attached my Eventbrite button to it, and that takes them straight to everything that's filled out that they just click pay, pay, pay. I just did an event where people were ordering t-shirts And on the card, they filled out what size they wanted and they made their payment for the t-shirt. What they wanted for dinner, made the payment for dinner. You know, and all that was done through there, and all the information was gathered for me, and then it could be put out directly onto a list, so we could do check-ins at the event and know who's getting what shirt sizes and all that stuff. Simplified and streamlined things. When I meet someone, like for example, this card has been sent 149 times, 366 people have viewed it, okay? And the reason why is because people can share your card. They can send it to a friend. Hey, check this out. Hey, look at this information. And that's what they do. They start sharing them, and all your information is going along with it. Again, if somebody's been showing you Shuffle, get with them so that you can get a special link for a $10 code. Otherwise, it's going to cost you $20 a month. It's $10 a month for 10 cards if you get a link from somebody that's already an affiliate, okay, so that you know that. All right, so I'm going to show you a couple of these cards up close. So I have a card that I use a lot that I send to people to educate them on network marketing and SendOutCards and my coaching program. And you'll see here that I've sent it out to 479 people and 523 have viewed it. What that tells me is that more people are looking at it that I sent it to, which is what you want. It's people forwarding it, forwarding it, forwarding it, forwarding it. Now I can go in and I can click on stats and I can look and see who each person was, how long of it that they watched. It's very cool. So I'm going to show you what the card looks like, just so you can see it. So this says why MLM, why SOC, and why M.A.H.C, and how it pays. And it's a video, one video that I shot on there explaining it all, and they can watch it right there from their phone, and I know how long they watched, which tells me how interested that they really are. I've sent this one 270 times, 761 views. If you have ever read the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, you know that relationships are what matter most. The faster you can emotionally connect in a positive way with others, the sooner you attract the riches of relationships. Those riches are. Below you will find trainings, tips, and strategies on how to attract, retain, and grow deep-seated human connections on an emotional level, both personally and professionally. And I just have videos on here, and when I send this to someone, I'll say, just watch number 1. Or if they're a realtor, I'll have them just watch number 2. And I'm giving them an assignment so that I see if they do it. That way I see if they're serious. And then if they watch it, they instantly get back to me. They're like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. I'll wake up in the morning and I'll see somebody's been watching videos all night long. And I'll message them and I'll say, you didn't get much sleep last night. And they're like, oh my gosh, how did you know? Yes, I was up all night watching your videos. This is amazing. And you guys, you can use these. If you're a realtor, you can use it for selling homes. If you own a restaurant, if you own a hair salon, whatever your business is that you want to send information to your customers so they can learn more about you, that's the beauty of what these are for. This is my coaching course. So this tells people what is Master the Art of Human Connections. Master the Art of Human Connections is a one-year course that teaches people how to master the art of human connections. We call it M.A.H.C, M-A.H.C. If you've ever read the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, you guys know the line. Below is a series of buttons to learn more about M.A.H.C. If you would like to share M.A.H.C with a friend, forward this digital card. I will know that you referred them. How cool is that? And here it tells what is M.A.H.C, who is Darla, view lessons and topics already covered. And so if they want to see what's already in my program that's been covered, there's nearly 100 lessons, and people will start seeing that this is more than just business coaching. How to not get pissed off and knocked down. How our thoughts change the way we see things. How to control who controls us. Calendar mapping, part 1 and 2. The foundations of communication. How are you vibrating today? How to tap into the riches of relationships. Why showing appreciation is your superpower. What's your legacy? Scary family moment. Communication. Attraction marketing. These go on and on and on. And the way that this works is you get a username and password. You log in and you start knocking lesson after lesson after lesson out on your time. And when you come to a one that you're saying, wow, this is that, whatever. Hey, Darla, can I get on your calendar? I want to talk to you about this one. And we get on the calendar and we help you work through it. We help you understand it. We get you on the other side of it and you keep moving. And that's where my passion is. My passion has always been in training and coaching and developing and inspiring and motivating people and teaching the art of connection and communication, which is how marriages thrive and fall. by the lack of communication, not knowing how to personally build up and use proper words to love on people, and that's not just in your house, that's to your children. How to avoid the terrible twos, that's another one in here. How to have teens that actually communicate versus fight. It's endless. And then I have a free training section, which if you would like the free training section, let me know. I'll send it to you, or go directly to darlad.com and find it yourself so that you can see it, because there's powerful training on there. Okay, I also have a card that trains every single one of my customers. So for example, Shuffle. When somebody joins Shuffle, I send them this card right away. If somebody's interested, here it is, everything they need to know. Congratulations, you just added another tool to your human connection toolbox. How I use my digital connection cards. Get Shuffle for only $10 a month. Training, how to use Shuffle, and it just walks people through, and all the work is done for them right there. We don't have to set up a time to do a Zoom, to do training. I don't have to go meet them face to face. I don't have to send them to a website. I don't have to try and chase them down and find a time that they can connect. It's all right there at their fingertips. And anytime you can use a tool to do the training versus you doing the training, then you've got systems duplicating themselves, because everybody's training the same. Because if you get somebody who's new and they don't want to train, they don't want to build the business, they don't want it, they just want to use it. Okay, there's how they can do it without having to be the one. Now, I want to talk to you about those of you that just don't have time to build cards. When I saw this, said, this is genius. But what I'm not is I'm not a tech person. I don't do technology. People think I am because I use it a lot, but I only know how to do what I know how to do. And so I have a friend who does the cards for me. She will design your cards. She'll log into your website. She'll set them up. She'll put your links. She'll put your pictures. She'll put your bio. She'll help you build your cards. And the price that she does it for is worth it. Then once you get your cards made, it's very easy to make little edits as you want to change things around and do all that. So if you're like me and you do not want to take the time to figure it out yourself, that you like to delegate, let me know. I will connect you with her. She is amazing. Now that's for the digital cards. Now I have 2 virtual assistants, VAs, that work for me in my SendOutCards business. One lives in Canada, the other one lives in New Mexico. That just goes to show you how the world of business has changed. So if time is money for you too, and you want to hire someone to set up your CRM, upload your contacts, upload the birthdays, find out when all your clients' birthdays and anniversaries are on Facebook, get your Facebook friends loaded into your thing, start setting up your campaigns, build some cards for you, build your branding, get your systems all in place, and every month send out your birthdays and do stuff like that. And then all you get to do every day is your personal heartfelt cards. Heartfelt cards. Oh my gosh, you're so dang cute. Oh, this picture, I just love it, blah, blah, blah. And let the VAs do the maintenance work for you. So heartfelt cards are what attract people into your life. System cards are what retain them and maintain them so that they go out and tell all their friends about you and stay loyal to you. So you do the attracting and then let the system and go to work for you. If you don't have the time, and that's the only reason why you're not using these tools, then let me hook you up with some VAs to get you moving. You will quickly be understanding the value of it as your customers are reaching back to you and telling you things that you've never heard before from them, and your referrals are increasing and your dropout is going away. I'm teaching the masses. My coaching company is filled with people in all sorts of network marketing companies, all sorts of businesses, all sorts of cross lines, up lines, and down lines, and people who aren't even in business or network marketing at all. They just want to master the art of human connections because they've lost touch with the world. They don't know how to communicate anymore. They don't know how to make a friend. They don't know how to maintain a relationship. They've become recluses and are socially awkward today because of devices. We stopped connecting. And so reach out to me and I will help you get started. I will help you learn, and please get back with the person who has been introducing you and connecting with you for years and sending you cards, and connect with them. And then I'll help train you. I love it. And so will they if they're a trainer. And if not, that's okay too. It's okay. You got me. Thank you for being here. Bye.